All right, here we go. Welcome to Apex After Dark. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, definitely. This is a great show. Tonight is the Gun Demon Party. So you better get your drinks on. We are going to party. So let me go ahead and say hello to the mighty chat that we have here. Hello there, Devil Flyer. Hey, hail. We have the Green Laser. Hello, greetings, Earth creatures. And we have the mighty Felix Haas. And there's the Gun Demon link. You guys go ahead and check it out, Indiegogo. These guys are incredible creators of Gun Demon. And here we go. Let's go see if we can. Let me go and try to attempt at sharing the damn screen. Okay. So
It's fun.
Layout. Okay. Now let's do share.
Awesome. We got Devil Flyer, the walking human comic book omnibus.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could bring something to him that he wasn't as familiar with.
Yeah.
Like that's a hard mode. That's like a game achievement right there.
Yeah.
I showed him the PS Magazine
Your audio. Okay,
stuff.
here we go.
Yeah, I think Rex has definitely unlocked the achievement Master Archivist.
For real,
doubt
dude,
about it.
Dude, if I had the capital, I would definitely invest in a legit museum, like some brick and mortar, man, for real. So back the book, and then back the next project, and the project after that, so we can build the museum. And Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if y'all know this. That's a city of culture. There's a lot of culture there. They showed Ramses the second there.
Wow.
It was a big deal. There's still a pyramid in Memphis.
Here we go. Sure.
Whose
Here we
sister
go.
city
Share
is
screen.
Memphis, Egypt.
Okay. I'm trying to go up and down this thing.
By the way,
Try to
everyone, I
bring your hammer.
apologize for looming over you, but my PC hard drive crashed, and I'm trying to use my phone. I don't know how well this is going to work, but
Holy crap. Okay.
Don't believe him, folks. He's just trying to cover up the fact that he was tinkering around with the Giganto Ray and accidentally blew himself up.
Right.
Greg, you need to own up and take responsibility for messing around with the Giganto Ray.
I don't have the patent
Greg,
yet, dude.
You have to come clean.
I don't have the patent yet. Shh. The army's going to be here any minute, man, if you keep talking like that.
Okay.
Hey, swat him aside.
Like
So
all
let's-
the army.
Let's go ahead
Kaiju
and get.
now.
Let me ask you guys. Okay. Now, Gun Demon. So you. So Greg, you're the writer, correct?
Yes, sir. Writer creator.
Awesome. So how did this story come about? What's it about?
Well, basically, it's funny because my favorite fictional character of all time is Driss Duerden, the Dark Elf, written by Bob Salvatore. And I've been reading it since the series has been out, since I was 16 years old. And I've developed hundreds of characters over the years, but I'd never developed my Driss,
Yeah.
And when basically EVS, drew me into Comicsgate with his fucking hilarious videos and got me all inspired. So I thought, all right, I'm going to go at comic books again, because it had been a long time, probably a good 25 years or so, since I used to draw comics a lot and write them, develop characters. Did that for a long time. I never got published because I never tried, because I'm just too slow at the work. So I knew I couldn't cut it in the mainstream. And
Right.
so I got out of that and got into film. But basically, EVS got me all pumped up. This Comicsgate thing drew me in. And so I sat down and I took developed a whole bunch of character concepts. It all really started with my character Archivist. Like about 12 years before that, I was trying to get the movie made. I was networking around the country and got close to launching it, but things would fall through. Usually the gig went to a gay guy who's exploring his sexuality, or some hot chick who had a millionaire boyfriend. That's where all the opportunities went everywhere I went. It was one or the other. And after a while, or some kind of token at least, would always get all the best setups. So basically, I thought, when I saw Comicsgate, I thought, well, shit, maybe I could make a comic book. That was always a dream of mine that I just kind of wrote off years ago. And so I developed about 34 characters. And I just basically immediately went through them and thought, nah, shitty brand, nah, shitty name, shitty. I don't like that design. Oh, that's too derivative. Blah 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 blah. I got rid of 32 of them, and that left me with 2. And Gun Demon was just, I just loved the name immediately, and
Oh, wow.
thought, this could be a really cool brand, and started developing the character. So I went and I contacted James Dean Anderson to do a logo for me, and he actually ended up, as we were sitting in the meeting in a video chat, and I was telling him about the universe and the character. A few hours in, he goes, "Hey, check this out. I think this might be Gunny," and he held up the sketch he did. It was just perfect. It was absolutely designed for Gunny, and so I'm giving him co-creator credit. He also was the one who decided to or had the idea of making the skin orange instead of red. And I thought that as soon as he said it, I'm like, that's the perfect direction to go, because it's a hell themed IP, and I didn't want it to be too much compared with Hellboy, because it's really nothing at all like Hellboy.
He
So
looks it looks a little bit friendlier in orange. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
More acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. And there are tons of demon and devils out there with red skin and all that. And the planet that Gunny is from, which is called Hell, it's like the demons in Hell. They have oranges, reds, deep browns, and grays, because it's like a desert and lava type planet. You got all these colors, and that's what gave James the idea of the orange skin. And so I put a good bit of development into him, and I thought, he's a carnivore. What kind of food would he like on Earth? Naturally, sushi. So he's got a sushi. He loves sushi. He's obsessed with it. I just started developing it, and I was not long into the project when I realized I'm making my Drist. It just came to me one day. I'm like, holy shit! Out of all these hundreds of characters, I finally made a Drist. I didn't set out to do it. I don't ever set out to make a character similar to another usually, but he definitely inspired Gunny quite a bit. Drist did, and there's elements of Spider-Man and Punisher in the character as well. Imagine Spider-Man with guns instead of web shooters. Jumping around, climbing, and hanging from a tail. That's Gunny in combat.
Wow, that's something else, man.
High energy, and all the 34 characters I developed, I developed them all. I went with superpowers that are visually exciting. That's what we like to go with in Brain Cage. That's been one of our design themes is, okay, that power is really cool, but does it look cool in a comic book or movie? No. Yeah. Okay, let's use a different power,
Wow.
And because there are tons and tons of powers that just, they're just not as cool looking in a comic or a movie or whatever. So we keep those considerations in mind when we design characters.
Wow. I like the one that he's just crashing through that building, and is that another demon that he's fighting, or is it?
He is fighting something that is beyond any demon, named Abaddon. And Abaddon, you're going to find out throughout the series what exactly Abaddon is eventually. But it's not just a big hulking monster. It is something much more. It's a cosmic being. And poor Gunny made the worst enemy he possibly could have, unwittingly.
You're right. Wow. This looks really exciting, guys. Wow.
I'm really pumped up to share this with everybody, man. Once we get this, we get this thing funded, we get it produced. I cannot wait, because this book is going to be super exciting. It's what I've wanted from comic books for a long time and haven't got.
Absolutely.
I was into the early 90s Image comics. That's my favorite era. Pit and Spawn, Cyberforce, Wildcats, the Max, all that shit. Loved it. Union. That was all my jam, and I haven't really seen much like that, like that style, even in Image comics, even for a long time. And I kind of got lost in Spawn, because when I stepped away for a while, it's like I wanted to get back into the series, and but it was like number fucking 200 something at that time, and all this shit had went on. I'm like, damn, I need to go way back, and it's like.
Wow.
So I just kind of lost, interest in Spawn. Well, really, I didn't lose interest, but I stopped reading the series, and because it was just too much to catch up on,
Oh, I see.
But this is my this. We want to create another Image explosion here in Brain Cage. That's our goal. We want modern comic books. With we don't do tights and capes at Brain Cage. It's like armor and mutations and cool masks and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
cool.
that. So I mean, we're just really tired of all the derivatives of Superman and all these other characters. So we're trying to do something different.
Oh, that's cool. So I noticed you guys have 3 covers. You have a feature tier with 3 covers
Hmm
for
Yes,
70.
yes,
That's a good
indeed.
deal. I'm going to click on that. So you get all 3 covers. Now, who did the actual main cover?
Okay, so the art on the main cover, which is called the Kiss the Sky cover, that's
Yeah.
Said No Con. He's a
Okay.
long time, he's a veteran of the industry. He worked at Image and Marvel. He's fucking phenomenal. And the collars are by Paul Billick, my favorite colorist in the entire industry. I'm so lucky to get to work with him.
Wow. I've heard of him.
He's
Definitely.
amazing. He did Shinobi Sasquatch and The Embrace.
Oh, I've yet to. I guess we all yet to receive our Shinobi Sasquatches, but the only
Don't
time
get
will
me
tell.
started.
I know.
Don't get me started.
Now the second cover. This is this first variant cover, the Fight and Flight cover. Now,
Yes, sir. Now the Fight and Flight cover is art by Christian Rossi, also one of my favorite artists out there. And once again, very lucky to work with Christian and Paul Billick on the colors as well.
Wow, that's cool. And the Bad Day cover. It looks rather badass.
Oh
there.
yeah. I mean, when Abaddon's that close to you, looking at you like that, it's a real fucking bad day, man.
Staring at your soul.
You're gonna see him wreck New Orleans in Act 3 of that book.
That's something.
Yeah, Katrina's got nothing on Abaddon. Let's put it that way.
Now, in this book, Hell is actually a planet, right?
Yep. Same with Heaven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, both plants of what we're doing in Brain Cage is the overall theme in our continuity universe, which Gun Demon, the Scarab, Celerity the Huntress, Blitz, War Hell, and all this is in. Is we're taking ancient mythology and we're explaining it using aliens, high technology, and evolution, mutations, things like that.
It's some solid space opera.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's science
This
fiction.
universe is definitely gonna go up there with like Star Trek and Star Wars and be debated as to, and 40K is debated as to which is the best. And we want fans to have that argument. That's the argument we want to hear, man.
That's right. So do you guys have a trailer or?
I am the trailer.
Oh, you're okay, good. Well, that's even better. The trailer's in person right here on
That's right, spared no
After Dark.
expense. Got ourselves a human puppet.
That's awesome, man. I mean, trailers, it could be a bit tricky. You don't know really what to put in them, and but
well,
it looks good.
I actually had one envisioned, but I just ran out of money. It's very expensive producing this project because I'm using all top tier artists. And plus, I had, I had an action figure prototype made, 6-inch figure.
Oh my
with
God!
full articulation. Yeah, I'm going to be adding 4 of these to the campaign. They're handcrafted by Rex Barha, who is an absolute master.
I need to buy one of those.
Yeah, this is going to come with 2 handguns. It's going to come with an AK-47 and a shotty, or the accessories. It'll have a display stand, and we're working on the box right now. That's the final thing, is getting the box designed and get the shipping information, like the weight and everything for that. And then I'm going to be putting that up. See, that's why I went 60 days instead of a 30-day campaign. Is I still have a lot to add to the campaign, and also a lot of our promotion power hasn't been fully kicked in yet. We've got we're working with some pros, man. Like I've befriended guys in the bands Vola and 12 Foot Ninja, which are 2 of my favorite bands, and we've talked about having each other on streams, things like that. And we're working with the comedian Rodney Norman. I'm in pre-production. Well, we are in pre-production for his movie called The Accidental Guru, which I'm going to direct, co-produce. So we got a lot going on there, and I think it's really going to help promotion, and I hope to bring a shit ton of people into Comicsgate.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. This is really going to be a cool.
Got to give it a shot, man.
Absolutely.
That's
right. What else you got to take? You got to get out there.
Be ambitious. I want to see everybody in Comicsgate being as ambitious as they can. Don't play it safe. Fuck that. Commit to your IP.
Absolutely. Got to promote every day, and you guys are doing that.
Like Julia
That's right.
Schwartz once said to me when I was a young teenager, talking about my cool,
Yeah.
original characters and my stories and stuff, and he goes, "This is all good. I like it. It's good. But where do you see your intellectual property?" And we're standing in the exhibition hall of a convention, and I was like, "Oh, well, I would love to do crossovers with X, Y, and Z characters." And he's like, "No, no, no, no." And he points around to all the vendors. He goes, "Where do you see your character?" And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, exactly, man.
oh,
Gotta envision.
I'll tell you where I see Gunny. I see Gunny replacing Spider-Man and Punisher. Boom.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah.
It's not
No,
enough to
I-
complain about. It's not enough to complain about the poor mainstream, poor quality of mainstream products. We need to replace them. So that's our goal
Yeah.
in Brain Cage.
No, I see
Yeah.
I see Gun Demon boots. Like I could think of a couple of boot companies that we could do Gun Demon boots. Like you could own Gun Demon's boots, and they would be
Airsoft
comfortable
guns.
as hell. Airsoft gun. Oh yeah, ooh, that's
Squirt
one of our
guns.
secrets, Greg. Shh.
Yeah. I mean, the way that Marvel is ruining the Punisher right now, using that stupid new logo with the devil horns. What the hell is that about?
Ugh.
I
It's
mean,
Yeah, they've
ridiculous.
ruined everything.
They
Yeah.
have. They
I mean, how
crapped
cool
on
is
their
it
I
own
gonna
don't care
be?
about them.
characters.
Fuck
I don't
them.
Yeah.
either. Yeah, I just like the old school Marvel. I guess we all do,
Mhm.
but it's dead now right now.
Well, that's the number one rule that we have at Brain Cage. Don't talk about the mainstream.
Exactly. Oh,
We
why?
we know you know what your enemy's gonna do. You know
Yeah.
what they're gonna you know what they're gonna say. You know what they're gonna try to do. Just
Yep.
think outside the box and do a better product. Show them.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just a sidekick, yeah.
Trustorino, the trusty
Hey,
one,
Shadowhawk backs. Hell.
and Shadowhawk. What's up?
Yeah, man.
Yo, yo,
Dude.
yo.
Hail to everybody out there in the chat. You are
everyone.
magnificent bastards, each and every one of you.
Oh yeah.
Gotta do it in the was it George C. Scott voice there, Tank?
Hey, you're all magnificent bastards.
Well, I'll tell you one thing with people like Shadowhawk and the the Crack Pack and and all these awesome people out here, we're gonna win.
Mhm.
We're gonna fucking take this shit way beyond Indiegogo. We're gonna get our books into fucking comic book shops,
Yeah.
and just we're gonna get it out there, man. There's
like
no
it.
way we can fail with Comicsgate behind us.
We're
You know what?
we're networking out there, man.
Yeah.
We want to bring this stuff brought to you by your trusted source as well.
Yeah.
And it's just good business because one, that takes a little less work that we have to do, but
Yeah.
two, people who frequent that outlet can get their favorite licensed merchandise. And that some people are particularly like that, and we understand this. Like, we're here to do business. We're here to facilitate a prime product that is entertaining, that is of good physical quality. If it comes in a physical format, if it's a digital format, it comes in a good digital quality. Like, you got high quality files. Like, for instance, when we're gonna give out some what do you call those things? Wallpapers, right? Wallpapers real soon. You're not getting JPEGs. You're getting BMPs and TIFF files because those are not compressed. Yeah, they're big files, but that's a pure picture. That is the highest quality that you can get because each one of those pixels is encoded, has its own super byte to encode it. Usually 24 bits is how big those are, just technically speaking to everybody out there. But we
Yeah.
understand, like, we may be clumsy with the Indiegogo, but we
Yeah.
know how to deliver the quality product. And that's ultimately the most important factor.
You're right. It really is. And also, we have Devil Flyers. If you sign up for Devil Flyer, I signed it up today for the Black and White Ash Can. It's in this on this list here. You guys check it out. Go ahead and sign up on Devil Flyer. He's a really good contributor.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. He's one of our favorite people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's
Like,
a
for
great
real,
guy.
if I had the capital, if I had a good $100,000 to invest, I would go get a building in Memphis, downtown Memphis, Tennessee, near the museums, maybe even close over to the the Mud Island exhibit where the ferry is, and I would set up the most awesome comic museum, and it would be his.
That'd be great.
I would
You-
I would expect to take a good 10, 20 years to recoup my investment on that. I don't care because it's just so awesome, his channel.
Yeah, Devilman, he is the walking human comic omnibus. Anything.
Yeah.
awesome.
Anything. Uh-oh. Looks like we lost Greg.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, StreamYards is real resource intensive. It's
Yeah.
not very well optimized code. So
Yeah.
it has a tendency to cook cell phones.
Speaking of which, we have Devil Flyer.
Yo, the
Hell,
man, the myth,
the
the
man.
legend.
How you doing?
So what do you
My
think,
head-
Devil Flyer? Did I mark out the right landmarks?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like,
yeah.
Tom Cruise did the Firm there in Memphis, right by Mel.
That's right.
Using some of that,
Wow.
and you've got the Pyramid that is the Bass place now owns it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it since it was a museum.
Yeah. I go,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, they had great shows there. I saw the Titanic there, and they had one on Ramsey. So they brought some great
Yep.
shows in there before they. Of course, they've got sports things that they have over there too.
Most people think Memphis, they're like, Tennessee, you mean like Hicks South? And I'm like, dude, no, Memphis is a cultural hub.
Good barbecue.
One of
It is.
one of three cultural hubs in the state. That's Memphis, Chattanooga, Nashville. And
Oh,
they're
wow.
international cities. Like each one of those has sister cities around the world. These are not small towns. These are legit like metropolitan hubs.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately, Memphis has went down since Elvis's death. You know, it's just
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
violent.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I
And-
watched
and-
my grandmother's neighborhood go from a beautiful place where I could go visit and play outdoors as a little kid and get eaten up by fire ants, and to this place where there's bars on all the windows. All the nice people have moved out, and it became like, and shortly before my grandmother passed in 2007, like her neighborhood on Paulus, which you know is a World War II community, that I used to visit there at least once a year, go visit grandma, and I just, man, it was a crack den, like the whole street. Like, and I had such fond childhood memories of playing with all the kids, and visiting with my grandfathers. I never knew my grandfather on that side of the family, but I knew one of his war buddies who was famous for painting the Memphis skyline. I forget the gentleman's name,
Right.
but I got some toe curling World War II stories from that old coot. I loved him. He was my surrogate grandpa. He was essentially grandpa to me.
Him and Julius Schwartz, apparently.
I've always wanted to live my life like Hemingway. I wanted to live lots of experiences. I haven't had the fraction of the experiences of that incredible gentleman, but I've been blessed with a few.
Hey man, you're gonna have to come on and recount some of those stories. That's history. That's history.
Well,
Yeah.
let me go,
That
Bring
only
in,
you are privy to.
yeah. Let me go bring in Fizz Chizzo. Hello, sir.
Hey,
How you
Fizz,
doing?
how are you doing, man?
Course, as usual, you mispronounced my name. Of course.
Fizz Chozo.
Fizz
Yeah,
Chozo, right?
I don't got hard days to say.
I like to call him Fizzlicious.
All right.
Well, when I worked at World Color in Memphis, we did a magazine on Memphis barbecue.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the best
Okay.
spots, and I've got that magazine around here somewhere that we put together. I worked in the bindery section, and we did a lot of airline books. I don't know if I think that might have been an airline book, and a big thick square bound that did Memphis is one of the few places you can get like barbecue bologna.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Texas will barbecue anything. Oh, sorry. Memphis will barbecue anything. Texas will deep fry anything. Just ask locals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen a barbecue Twinkie in Tennessee
I
yet.
think I
Oh,
went
yeah.
to Texas when I was in Tyler.
Oh
But
yeah.
Well,
uh,
I do like my
I-
Texas barbecue, being a
Texas.
because after
myself.
Hurricane
But
Katrina happened, I think I was in Texas very briefly.
yeah,
After Hurricane Katrina happened, which was forced to move out of New Orleans.
right. Well, Goofanoid, you have got a mailing list for Goofanoid there.
Yes, go
Fizz.
sign up, everybody.
Sign up there.
We need to get as many eyes on this campaign. Fizz has a good vision for his business and for how this IP is going to come out. And I say that this guy's worth investing in. You
Right.
want him to move forward and upward because this guy he's going to be bringing it. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a
I'm going
Fizz
to be going. I'm going to plan to make a whole bunch of issues, including print issues and webcomics.
fan.
Well,
Mhm.
that's cool.
So
Excellent. So, actually, there's a one question for the brain cage.
Yeah.
You have like different comics besides, of course, Gun Demon. You have your own other IPs.
Yeah.
I think one of them was
Mhm.
Blitzkrieg, and the other one is name off the other ones.
Go ahead and make me big.
Okay, let me go. Okay,
Much like
Ferret.
Rita Repulsa's
Take
disgusting
Ferret, right?
creatures.
Take
Yes,
Ferret?
sir.
Okay, here we
Whisper
go.
sweet
All right,
nothings
so
in
right
my
here
ear.
we have the mighty Mechalore. The Iron Man, never heard of her. Oh yeah, this guy is rolling out a legit power mech. Oh yeah, baby. This is just a loose. This is Isan Fazeli, the artist.
Oh God,
Like this is his loose work, by the way.
this loose
his-
work. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this is his sketching. This is his and look at that beautiful mechanical functioning detail. Dude, and he is the artist for the Mighty Mechalore.
Wow.
Farzine is the name of the guy on the inside of the suit, and as far as we know, he's the first Persian superhero
Really?
who's like not like a bit player, so like a mainstay hero. This is our tech suit guy for the Brain Cage continuity universe, and of course, you were mentioning Blitzkrieg and the Hellions,
Yeah.
the crew of the Hot Mama. Oh yeah, baby. Let me. I'm looking for
I know that
that
appeals
section
to
of the
you.
artwork. Let's see.
Oh,
Nope,
okay.
that's different. That's Scalpel Zero. We'll go into that here in a little bit. Yeah, Dan Fogarty's World War Hell is
Okay.
coming out, and
Hell
that.
damn.
Oh, we not only have a comic for you, we have a tabletop war game, and that's right.
there's a bot in the chat.
Don't worry, we have good mods. We have
we got the
fantastic mods.
I think
We got the mod squad.
we got
Get 'em,
Shallhawk
mod.
Bax and Felix here. They're gonna take them out.
Yeah, it's
And the green
atomic
laser.
elbow.
Green laser fires green laser at the bots and all.
Yeah,
shatter
and
explode.
anybody who's watched Robot Jocks knows the green laser is the most powerful one.
He is.
That's the
He's
one you got to
something
be
else.
aware of.
Focus.
That's right.
It's America's secret weapon right there.
Yeah.
So World War Hell from Dan Fogarty is not only going to be a comic. Oh no, we're not stopping there. We are making a tabletop war game to replace Warhammer 40K. That's right. Oh yeah, baby. And we're premiering it at the London Film and Comic Book Convention this July, I believe.
You guys gonna go
And-
to London?
We have international operations, my friend. We've been playing it humble. We've been
Mhm.
playing it humble.
Yeah.
We've got full UK operations going on over there, and we're premiering this game at the London Film and Comic Book Convention, which is basically their Chicago Comic Con.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
that is Games Workshop's front porch. We are lighting that bag of turd. They're going to stomp it out. We're going to stand there watching them, staring awkwardly as they come to realize that that's not dog feces. It's human feces. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Ow.
And we are
Like that
going there
bird.
to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and hear the lamentations of their fans. Oh, yeah, baby. World War Hell. Oh, sorry. I meant to keep switching pictures. I got
Okay,
totally caught up in.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
okay.
we've got Hans Mueller, aka Prang. He's the German soldier who joins the Allied effort against the evil demon invasion from the planet Hell. Oh, yeah, baby. Gun Demon wasn't the first time demons have been on Hell in recent times in this world. Oh, this place is dark. And you find odd bedfellows like the Russian Dima, the engineer extraordinaire, MacGyver with an explosive shield of badassery, the walking tank himself. Oh, yeah, baby. We've got all the alpha male champion energy going on here. Hot mama rolling through the battlefield, plowing through
One
the
question I
horde.
want to know.
That's like a
One
phalanx
question I want to
tank.
ask.
Wow.
Yes, Fizz.
Is
What's
World
that?
War Hell set in the same universe as the Gun Demon?
Yes, sir, it is. This is a continuous universe spanning several creators to include Ben Phelps, Greg Levitt, Dan Fogarty, myself, Paul Roper, Christian Rossi. Oh, no, sorry, not Christian Rossi. Who is it? Stefani Renee. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm so many names, so many incredible names. But it's okay. They're in good company with each other. Stefani Renee's the Scarab Man, and I got to get a picture of that. I got to remember to download that from the archives. Like, this is some incredible stuff, dude. Beautiful, beautiful logos.
I like that.
Just going to be lots of fun. And that's the idea. Oops, that's a meme.
Oh.
Although, you know what? This one's worth sharing. I'm going to blow it up.
Go ahead.
Pat Sajak reaffirming that he has a crown. I know this is political, but Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says that, I hashtag stand with Ukraine. At State Department stands with Ukraine. The United States stands with Ukraine. Twitter.com link,
Right.
And Christina Wong, I think she's an opinion writer, columnist. It appears hashtag diplomacy is back, and Pat Sajak comes back with the most alpha of comments. Too bad Twitter didn't exist prior to World War II. Hashtag hands off Sudetenland could have changed everything. Take that,
insane.
Neville Chamberlain.
All right. Neville Chamberlain. Okay, now what do we have here? Looks like these characters in your Brain Cage universe, right?
No, these are Comicsgate characters from across all the universes that Comicsgate has to offer. This
Really?
is the legendary CG Mega Collage. Oh, yeah, baby. And it's just growing. I got some more people lined up and getting them scheduled to get their characters added to this as I interview them, show off their campaign, try to get them a few more backers, and add them to this wonderful piece of fan art that I intend to give out for free with instructions on how people can go get their own print, wall scroll, etc., etc.
And that's your
Whatever
I
they
need
want.
to add. I need to
Thank
add,
you
yeah,
for
I need
backing.
to add Finbat to that roster.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm adding Crom, and I'm adding Jack the Ripper. I know I've got those two lined up next,
Nice.
and we're getting more and more.
Oh,
And of course, Blitzkrieg's getting added, and
oh,
we've got
yeah.
to add
Add the
you better add
Shadow
Devil Flyer.
Saint and Devil Flyer, and
that.
oh yeah, no, it's gonna grow. And this is a big picture, by the way. This is 36 inches by 48 inches at 600 DPI.
Oh wow.
So
And
I
that-
have room to continue to shrink down what's already done here without losing any of that detail.
And that's your
Okay.
art, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a good job.
Thank you. Right now, it's in pencil form. The only inked person. Let me zoom in on them here. Let me find where my cursor is.
Yeah.
Artifice Reanimate. That's the
Oh.
only one I've inked in so far, and I've decided that the picture is going to go with this singular inking style, so it's got a uniform look to it,
That's-
and that kind of sends a message that we're united.
So
That's
is that
great.
digital tank?
Yes, sir.
That's
Okay,
good.
so you can kind of rearrange as you need to.
I know, isn't it cool?
Yeah.
You forgot one important character on their tank.
There's many important characters that haven't been added yet, but what Gun Demon down here hanging out with the Siamese
No.
girls?
Scalpel Zero.
Oh, she's
Oh.
not on there either yet. Yeah, no, I know.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna add her last. I'm gonna fit her into the margins somewhere because
Well, you've
I'm
been
not
a
a glory
busy
hog.
man.
Very
You've
busy.
been a busy
all,
man.
all you guys
I'm
are.
I'm so happy that Commie Mark came over and invaded the channel and liberated the proletariat from the oppressive bourgeoisie or oligarchy.
Now, who's
and
this
allowed-
manga character on fire? Who's that?
That's Krishna Kid, man. It's Hindu. It's so beautiful. It has, I think this appeals to everybody from like your Dragon Ball Z action fan to your ultra intellectual religious scholar, because it draws so deeply from the Hindu books and what, and the Mahabharata, I do believe, is his main book for Krishna Kid, but retold as a really cool action comic with like Dragon Ball Z level fights and stuff. It is so fantastic. I love it so much. I don't know if you got a chance to read his book, Kim Jong Sung and Best Korea.
No, not yet.
It was his.
Maybe I
It's
get
his
a copy.
political. Yeah, you. Well, unfortunately, I don't think you're able to get a copy until 2024, when he launches his next commie campaign on the Leap
Oh.
Day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, is that not Daredevil? Is it still out, or is he? Is it?
I think that is still in demand. As far as
Oh.
I know, I may be mistaken.
I'm about to
you're
check
correct.
that out.
I
I do like that
absolutely loved it.
old World War II Daredevil character. I've always liked that spike belt and a boomerang. Yeah,
Oh, and he got a great art team for that. Comic Mark brings the heat, man.
yeah he does.
But yeah, no, we've got tons of stuff coming out from
No.
Breakage, and here shortly, I'm going to be releasing a short Scalpel Zero story.
Yes, the Apex
Between 8 and
Predator.
12 pages. Yes, that's right. The Apex Predator herself, the cyber prototype cyber droid, the most deadly thing in the 2060s, or at least that's what she'd like to think.
Felix Hass says no, not Daredevil is closed. Oh no. I'll
Oh,
make it available. We'll get Comic Mark and make it available on, maybe he has a web store to promote it. That'd be
well,
great.
maybe he'll give a second chance tier on Krishna Kid. You never know.
That'd
Maybe
be
you
great.
should ask him.
Yeah.
Okay, closed out recently. I hadn't been paying attention.
We're all in the not Daredevil breadline right now.
I love this drawing. Hey now.
This is the fan service drawing. People
He's
wanted
really in
a
shape.
sexy Scalpel Zero, so I delivered.
I want a
I am
poster of that.
I am not above. This is actually a bookmark.
Oh, I want a bookmark of that.
Yeah, I want to get some nice either.
Life size pillow of that. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I know waifu pillows have been requested as well.
Oh, cut off some
It
of
would
her
be
hair,
funny
didn't it?
if those ladies cut their ass off.
Right.
Oh no. Oh.
And of course, it's a cyberpunk book, so there's gratuitous corporate chicaneries, like
Sure.
Valkyrie Sports Apparel. Go for it. Look at this scene of destruction. Right. Look at that. Look at that. Just would you look at it? Just look at it. Right here, right in front of the Alterna theaters. Thanks
Yeah.
again, Pete Cimetti, for giving me your
Alterna.
blessing on that.
That's great.
I mean, dude got stabbed with a minigun.
Wow.
And, this place is torn up. Her clothes are just absolutely shredded. But you know what? She has in pristine condition her brand new Valkyrie gun holsters with toolkit attachments. That's right, because you know what? A girl's got to have priorities. Valkyrie.
Yeah, the symbols
Go
are
for
on
it.
the holsters as well.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
The Valkyrie symbols. Yeah.
As you can tell, I am into detail.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I see that.
This place is called Rocket Reds.
Hmm.
Its address is 420. You're welcome, stoners. It's got a space barista, which is my favorite webcomic. It's a slice of life.
Oh my god. Speaking of Rocket Reds, I had one planet that one of my stories. I call it a Red Rocket bar. It's a Red Rocket
Oh,
space
nice.
bar. It's crazy.
And
Then you have a
that
Rocket
art
Reds.
was done in 2018, right?
Yeah.
This reminds
yeah.
me of Jeff Darrow a little bit.
And in the book, all of the titles seen on an alternative theater will be comics that caught my eye at the time I did the art.
Oh, that's great.
And as are these, all of those titles, and the all the movie sequel numbers are going to be specific issues.
Oh, that's smart. I like
So,
I like the blue in that.
that. I do too.
thank you. Yeah, I dashed it up real quickly. This is an older picture. I think, let's see here. Where's my signature on this thing? It's around here somewhere.
2018, it said right there.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
2018.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, we got fun stuff. I mean, she's somebody who relishes, who loves her job. And she's kind of like a Barbie doll. So she's not stuck to a single outfit. Much like Gunny. Gunny's clothes change because he may be tough as nails, but his clothes are just their clothes. At least she has the benefit of having what do you call it, prototype gear, because she's a field prototype that field prototypes. This, I was showing this to Greg a little earlier because this is the Mark II Metsyetev cyborg. This picture taken right here takes place long before the Scalpel Zero story happens. This is in the mid 2040s during the second Central American conflict and the establishment of the Guatemalan Canal.
Looks like
it's
ready to blow his head off.
Oh yeah, no, that's our hero Brazier right there. He actually is in the Scalpel Zero book. He's our all-American hero, more decorated than Audie Murphy, straight out of Oaktown. That's right. That's a shout out to my Oakland community right there.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's an interesting character. He's I kind of do like a little bit of a reverse transhumanism throughout the story, and that is I kind of more focus. Like, yeah, we already know all the cool effects of getting your useless meat replaced with metal, but what are the ramifications? What's the cost? What's the real cost? Without detracting from the story, without getting all bogged down in diatribes like Ghost in the Shell. I mean, I love Ghost in the Shell, don't get me wrong, but oh my goodness, dude. They get so wax philosophical sometimes. I'm like, are these people like professional, like super police, or are they philosophy majors?
Right.
And it's fine to have a character in there that does that, but oh my god, sometimes you just need to tell Beast to shut up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dr. McCoy, come on.
Yeah, for real. Okay, we got it, McCoy. We're moving on. So yeah, we're doing that as well, man. Like, so Brain Cage, like.
Wait. Go back.
Hold on. What is that character? Let's go back.
Show that detail.
What is that?
Oh, you mean the Destroyer Demon, Hell's living tank. Oh yeah, baby. That's the scale.
Oh my god.
That eats you. That's a person. This is a predator. That's a grease stain waiting to be. This is the grease stainer. Grease stainee. Grease stainer.
I mean, that looks like a statue right now. I mean, a resin or something.
How tall is that thing? It's about 25 feet.
Yeah, about 25 to 30 feet. Some of them can get as large as 40.
Wow.
The more dominant ones, because like we see in let me go back to that picture here. Let me show you guys right here. That's the wrong page. I think this is the one I want. There we go. So as you can see with Gunny's birth in the primordial genetic spawning pits of hell, I mean, this is technology so advanced that it appears to be magic. This is that Asmovian technology that we've all been told about. I mean, look, they just pluck this fully formed killing machine out of the primordial ooze, and then they just immediately another thing comes over, picks him up, and tosses him into this training pit. And I can't wait to show you guys the next thing. But yeah, like Greg says,
you'll
man,
see a destroyer in Gun Demon. Yeah,
destroyer. Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
There's a reason for mecha lore.
Okay.
Now I had a question about the mecha lore.
Yes, sir.
You show him in there, and you show the helmet down. Does the helmet come down over?
Yeah, look at that design. Like, if you zoom in and take a look at this, and we can take a look at
It's all functional. It's all functional.
Oh my
look at that. And those cannons pop out. And that reminds me of one of my favorite mechs of all time, the Mach 2 monster from Macross. That's got the 4 battleship 40 centimeter battleship cannons on the back of it. and the missile launchers for arms that later get upgraded to turbo laser cannon things. And this, like you could tell, I'm into this stuff. I'm a
Absolutely.
BattleTech
Do you
guy.
try and make it look gritty like it's been in a fight already? I mean, on the
Well,
coloring?
I mean, like any new suit, it's gonna come out. It's gonna start looking pretty, but it ain't gonna be pretty by the end of it.
Right.
I see that.
He ain't gonna be pretty anymore. Well, he'll still be pretty. I mean, look, he's a handsome fella, right there. You know, but that suit, he's our super inventor. This is Tony Stark is kind of a goofy screw up alcoholic compared to this guy. This guy's a competent hero, somebody that can be used as a role model. Like
Do you have tiers
grow up
where
to be like
people
him.
can get killed in the campaign?
Yes, we do. You can get turned into a human grease stain by the super scary Abaddon. You too can have a bad day. Oh yeah. Or you can get saved by Gun Demon, right?
Yeah.
Or you can get saved by the Mighty Mechalore. I don't know if there's any more Gun Demon tiers left. I think there's still one Mechalore, or you can become a bystander. And if you're going to get saved or killed, you're also automatically a bystander. So there's a bonus for that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not updated on the site yet. But when you do get the drawn in tier, you're getting a book. We're boomering our way through this, one correction at a time.
Oh, I understand. Jeez.
Yeah, but we want to make sure.
I was saying, thank God I'm not first.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, you get to learn from a dude. A man learns best from his mistakes. You take away a man's ability to make mistakes, you take away his ability to learn. And a wise man learns from others' mistakes before making his own mistakes. And this can be applied to any gender, ZZ, Zamzer.
10-page World War Hell issue 0 be included.
That's
in
right.
Gun People #1. Now, that's great. I look forward to that.
Now,
and we've got a
what
preview
is-
for that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What is Dan's? What does Dan do on World War Hell now?
Dan is the mastermind. Oh,
Okay.
dude, he is our Clive, but he is the Clive Barker of Comicsgate. I'm putting that out there.
All right.
This guy's nightmares are so exquisitely tortured that sometimes we have to rein him in because we're like, dude, that's too messed up. For now, we'll do that one later because it's so messed up.
Oh yeah,
dude, he has bugs that burrow into your flesh, and if you damage them, they will explode with the force of a grenade. Like, you're gone.
This will make a really great poster right here.
Oh yeah. No, we've gotten a lot of requests for posters of this specific picture, and we're working on it. We listen. Everybody's feedback is absolutely welcome because
Now
it only
that
helps
I'm
us get better.
assuming his tail is offensive.
Yes, it is prehensile and it is quite deliciously stabby.
Yeah, that was one thing that Greg left out when he was showing the figure, is that it has a flexible tail, or will have.
Oh yeah. Well, it'd be nice, exciting to actually get an action figure along the line.
With a real cloth jacket as
cloth
well.
jacket.
Mhm.
Spoilers, Greg. Spoilers. Dude, I've been dodging that question expertly up until you spoiled it. Well, there's another exclusive reveal for this channel.
I'm sorry.
That the next campaign that Greg launches will be Mighty Mechalore #1.
Interesting. All right.
So after he's done fulfilling Gun Demon, and we're coming at this piecemeal. We're coming at this individual creators. We're ultimately responsible for everything happens, but we're all each helping each other out on these campaigns.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
our end goal is to establish a legit corporation with international privileges, so that way we can, get delivered this stuff worldwide. And we eventually want to license IPs for our products, like the Brain Cage Battlefields or Battlegate decks from Brain Cage, or we have 2 different RPG systems for each of you highly divided people out there in tabletop RPG land. Greg's fantastic class-based system that's adaptable to any setting, anywhere, anyhow, and my point-based system that's adaptable to any setting, anywhere, anyhow. Oh yeah, baby, we love this stuff, and we hope that you do too.
And
Oh,
this
yeah.
project's endorsed by Ethan Van Skyver.
It is,
wow.
dude. I
Wow.
super chatted Ethan. I didn't expect him to say anything but read the thing, and he decided, you know what, I'm pulling this one up. And he messed with us. Like, we show a clip of him going, "Oh, Greg, this is great." It starts with, "Greg, this is great." What you don't see is like the 3 minutes I cut out at the beginning of that, where he's just like, "Oh, I don't know," you know. "Oh man, if I show this and it's not good, I mean, I could damage their business." He's like, "I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you guys." And it's like, dang it, dude, you're killing me here.
I think I tried Super Chain, some
Hey,
other
Dan.
some other big YouTuber, right, tested you from at one point. It didn't work.
Well,
Okay.
you got to your product. You got to have a good setup to sell itself, and that's really what it did. Is the fantastic art team, and Greg's fantastic creative thinkery presented something that
because a lot of
we
this has
really.
been in development for like a couple years, right,
It
Tank?
seems like it's longer than that. You guys have
3
put a lot of
years.
detail. Yeah.
Three
No,
years.
Yeah.
yeah. These projects, every project that we have has a lengthy and extensive development process. For designing the stage 1 design that I did for a villain that we have that's going to be later. I'm going to tell you, she's going to be like really super nasty. And it's going to take a team effort to take her down with Celerity the Huntress at the head of this endeavor.
Oh,
So
wow.
are you hinting
Man.
Are you hinting at crossovers here?
We're hinting at, dude, we're always doing we're trying to make everything at least have, references at minimum
Yeah.
to other stuff that is happening, to other stuff that exists in this continuous universe. We want people to feel like this is a connected world where Marvel messed up, right? The X-Men, the X titles were different than the Fantastic Four titles, were different from the Avengers titles, were different from the independent titles. Even though they
I
were
know
all in the
that.
same universe, they rarely ever interacted. Big events rarely impacted other people.
Now, are you showing other times
I know
within
that
this
the
world,
X-Men might
different time?
like the X-Men might as well be in a whole different universe than the Marvel universe.
No,
I agree.
I agree. And we here at Breakcage, we have a fantastic staff of editors, and we actually have a guy who's dedicated to continuity and collecting a lexicon, and making sure that we're staying on brand. We're doing all the big business stuff, right? But it's just a handful of us, so we work 20-hour days sometimes, and that's just the way it is. But that's like, it's what we got to do so that we could hire somebody to pick up that hat. And we're always on the scouts for that. But we've got I have to praise our developmental teams,
Wow.
because everybody, Isam Fazeli, like when he submitted the initial designs for Mighty Mechalord, dude, we got over a dozen designs. Oh yeah, and he's doing the sequential art for Mighty Mechalord. Like this is
Yeah.
probably, I don't want to, like, all of the books are absolutely fantastic in quality, but this one really is my personal favorite,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, it's gonna have like this, it's gonna look like it was ripped straight from the pages of the best heavy metal magazines ever published. Like, the artwork is, his artwork is, his finished art is just so refined. It's so beautiful. His sense of lighting, his composition, dude, it's so good.
It's cool. Now, Gun Demon sequential teams: John Howard on pencils, Chris Windon on inks, and Paul Billick on colors.
Yeah,
Looks like
look
a
at
good-
that.
Yeah, man.
That's we dude. That's all stars right there, baby.
Oh yeah. John Howard. Now, Did he work with Image or which?
John
company did-
Howard actually has a nice resume. He's
Okay.
very professional. He delivers timely, and he's a man of his word.
Wow. Chris Windha. Which
Yes,
company?
cheese Winha. Cheese.
Oh, it's cheese. Oh, cheese.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
pronounced. I keep forgetting this, and I got to correct myself on it because I keep calling him Chiss, like the Star Wars race.
Cheese.
Like, right? I'm like, oh, Admiral
You
Thrawn.
got to get.
Sorry,
Now,
go ahead.
I've heard of Paul Billick.
Paul Billick, dude, he's worked on Shinobi Sasquatch and like so many different titles out there actually that he's done a lot of work on. His colors are incredible. Definitely puts him in the S tier category.
You
I
guys
was
have
just going to
creature
say that
designers.
you have. Go ahead.
Wow. Creature and character designs: Carlos Vilas, Chris Oak, and Stephanie Rennie.
Renee, yeah,
Renee? Okay.
Stefani Renee. He's
Stefani Renee.
Thomas Moria, Wizard for Hire.
Oh,
Yeah, and a lot of other like he gets picked up to do a lot of pickup art, the covers and poster art as well.
wow.
Yeah, he's top notch, man. He's got the scarab, and I'm looking for an image of that, and I don't think I have one. But it's such an incredible design. It's like Batman, Iron Man, and Havoc had a son, genetic, just like magically made from them using the power of science. And that doesn't even come close to explain that he channels the power of the sun and he's Egyptian themed, and it's so cool. And the design is just pops because
Wow.
it's Stefan Renee, man. The guy's just incredible.
So, how many guys do you have in this brain cage? You guys have at least maybe 30 people. I'm thinking.
I wish. Oh
Yeah.
man, that would make my life so easy. It's just a handful of us.
Yeah.
Well, it's 12.
Well,
12 people.
we've got as we look at it, it's we've probably got a good 20 people working behind the scenes on
20,
all
yeah.
this stuff.
It's about
Yeah.
right.
We have much more manufacturing power than what we're showing right now, because we've got people who do computer programming, people who do sound engineering, and associated artists. We look. Yeah, the scarab is in our Discord. I know, man.
Now, do you have access to voice actors?
Oh
Or-
yes, sir.
Okay.
We have access to many voice actors. In fact,
Okay, we need.
Oh,
To
I've got
love
an
to-
inside line into the Jimpressionist himself.
Mm.
So, and I hope to get him in on some of these projects because
I wouldn't mind doing
He's a great
voiceovers for
guy.
you guys too, if you guys want to.
always looking for more
I
people
can never
to
do
put on.
voiceovers.
Absolutely, yeah. I always
'Cause
want
I'm
to
not a
do
talented
voiceovers.
voice actor.
Yeah,
I can only
well,
pretty much only do one voice.
that's
which is my
okay.
own.
I mean, we'll be doing casting calls.
Awesome.
We'll be doing casting calls for that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, here. Let me. I gotta download this artwork. Oh,
Minus the casting couch.
Right.
yeah, no, dude. I've worked in the entertainment industry. That's probably one of the most disgusting practices I've ever seen. Man,
I agree.
That makes me sick.
Yeah.
I had somebody offer because I was single. It was like, hey, we'll get you a girlfriend. We'll do a casting couch. And I was like, yeah, you and I are not friends anymore.
All right. Damn
Good
you,
night.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, there's 100 of them in there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's take a look. Look at this sequential art. Look at that eye flow, man.
Now, what
It just-
what title is this? Right.
This
What-
is the Scarab. Stefani's Renee.
Oh,
the
it's Scarab. Okay.
Look at that beautiful
Sweet.
character design. So good, man.
I take it he's
So good.
like an Egyptian character, or
Yeah. Channel some
Mhm.
power of the sun.
And I like the film noir look. I mean,
I
just
do.
I don't know if you're going to colorize it, but I mean, I like it like it is right there.
That's great.
Dude,
black
I
and white.
almost don't want to color it, dude. It's so beautiful. I mean,
Well, things go right. You could offer black and white and a color version.
We might have to just allow the fans to pick and choose what they want for their
Yeah,
personal
that's
preference. Because
beautiful.
either way,
That's great.
this is $1 million project, and I
Yeah,
love
that's
the
beautiful.
and I notice I love this. You know me, I've already pimped my own, but I love the fact that he put Thomas Mora right here in the background, Wizard for
Oh, yeah.
Hire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I mean,
Because we here in Brain Cage Continuity, we have 3 rules,
I want to
right,
watch this movie.
right?
Yeah, there you go.
We have 3 rules for the continuity universe. No time travel.
Hmm.
This isn't
That's
a time
good.
travel universe. That requires a very specialized things, and very rarely is it pulled off well, and it's a real pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do time travel either. But in my universe,
Hell-
I don't do that either.
Hell, Jason Bascom, Unhinged. Thanks
Hey,
for coming
Unhinged,
on, man.
hail.
There's been too
Hell.
many problems.
To me, it's a crutch with a lot of writers.
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
I did have a question because you mentioned the Russian, the character that was dressed up like a Russian. Is this set at different times in the
Well,
history?
The
or what?
Scalpel Zero is in a different universe. She's going to be published
Okay.
under our unlimited title because, and I'll
Okay.
come to that one shortly because that's a good segue over there. So the second rule for the Brain Cage continuity: no magic. If it cannot be explained by science, even if it's fun fringe science, like hypothetical fun stuff that we can, but still go, there's some scientific validity to it, and we'll have fun with it. No, sorry, not this. Go to unlimited, man, and I'm coming to that. And rule number 3 is no multiverse.
Oh yeah, I get
Yeah.
tired of those.
We do have a storytelling device to do crossovers with other IPs, but it will only cross over continuity wise as far as what can be considered canon. It is only happens in the continuity universe.
Oh, great.
So things like Scalpel Zero's universe, that's right out. 21 Demons, Shadow Saint. These are unlimited titles that we're bringing out as well.
And don't forget, we have Jason's book, Absolute 2. only
Oh,
on Indiegogo.
absolutely.
Let's check
Back
out
it now, back it off.
Back it now. There you
Yeah.
go. Wow, what a blast, man.
Now,
Oh,
Green Laser, we do have stuff that appears to be magic, and it is science. It is that Asimovian science where it's so advanced that to us primitive monkeys, that looks like magic. It looks like the work of gods.
wow. Now, Greg has mentioned our first movie is Accidental Guru, starring the comedian Rodney Norman. Then we'll
That's
kick
right.
off the Brain Cage
Of course.
Continuity Cinematic Universe with Gun Demon Movie.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yeah, of course. Eventually, might have the results of Doctor Who effect, if you know what I mean.
Well, that is kind of the idea, is that the entire timeline is fixed. So what happens.
I know, but if you know Doctor Who, and I'm talking about the time travel aspect. I'm talking about Doctor Who. Everything exists and everything is explained by science, even
Oh,
bullshit.
okay, I see what you're
Blatantly.
saying. Well,
Blatantly, blatantly.
so Doctor Who is yeah, it's different. It's different, but yeah, you're thinking along the same lines. Yeah, we want to stick a little more towards, even if it is hypothetical, it is a valid scientific hypotheses or theory.
I think that's so smart of approach. No multiverse, no
I
magic,
agree.
no time
Yeah.
travel. I don't use those in my universe either.
Yeah, and it keeps the general multiverse, which is every individual creator's universe, special.
If there's a
and unique.
multiverse and the universe is in peril, you can just shift over to another universe. That's
I know
And we
this
can-
is every
but
universe
now
identical.
if that's the
Yeah.
only one that you're in, the stakes are higher.
And honestly,
I-
those types of story devices work best when they're focused. Back to the Future, Doctor Who, Sliders,
Exactly. Or Rick and Morty, which is
or
basically
Rick and Morty. Yeah, absolutely.
But basically, Rick's view is that none of what he does matters since there's a multiverse, so he can just jump over to any universe he wants
And their
controlled
time
it.
travel episode with the snakes is a beautiful essay on the perils of writing time travel.
Exactly.
Wow,
I thought it was beautiful. It's educational.
that was really cool.
Well, if I had $1 million, since Tank brought it up,
Right?
I would probably back a scarab for sure, and maybe some of this other, but definitely a
Yeah.
scarab for a movie. That would be awesome.
Right. That would be I think that any of these properties, whether in continuity or in
Oh, it's
unlimited,
hard to pick. Yeah.
I think any of them would make a good investment for a for somebody who wants to be an executive producer. You know.
That'd be great.
World War Hell
Yeah.
would probably be a little too expensive.
Yep. But we already have a primary investor for this, so
That's great.
Hey, you know, if they can do the Clone War, which was pretty neat with the retro looking vehicles, the
mhm.
rolling, wheels, and almost World War One tech look to it, then
Right.
World War Hell, I kind of envision that the same way.
We even have, dude. We've got World War One stories. We're going back in time, dude. We're going to legendary times in Galatia. We're taking it to the future. We're bringing it to the present. We're going to the near past. Gun Demon opens up in the early 90s. I think 1993. Greg can correct me if I'm wrong. And because when he's an adult, it's modern day, when the character is fully matured and whatnot. Yeah, look at that right there. Each book is set in continuity universe. Will introduce readers to more of our universe until it is eventually on a galactic scale. Beautifully put, good sir.
Ooh,
Beautifully put.
that's
Well,
great.
Going back to the time frames and all that too, World War Hell, for example, is set in 1943, and
Okay.
it's going to completely. It's like throwing a rock into a damn into a pond. The ripple effects that it's going to have on
It's
the rest
beautiful.
of the universe. The Cold War is going to be completely different.
Right.
With the advent of demons and all that, it's gonna be very interesting, and I can't wait to when I get into talk about the Cold War later, the years after World War Hell, because it's going to heavily affect how people live.
Well, and we take a look at actual temporal mechanics as it is is explained in mathematics, and with our catalyst event of what sets continuity apart from the world we live in. The catalyst event, one could say, is the actual existence of superheroes, but I think the big ripple, the big quake that hits is World War Hell. And in temporal physics, as we get further away from time, right, as that time grows, the greater the uncertainty wave function increases. So as we get further into the future, the less resembling our own world it is. And modern, like for instance, by the time Gun Demon's time exists, like the whole there's no social justice.
All right. Good.
That doesn't exist because there's things to be afraid of. There's real monsters out there. There's villains that will hold a city hostage with a laser beam from the moon. I mean, there's
Stuff
real
from the late
things.
30s.
So we don't have to. We removed the option to even directly comment on anything socio or political in nature.
I like how Greg described the characters of the universe. The first time I heard him describe it, the first time I got on with it, he was saying these are armored up. They're a real threat. They're badass. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but I mean they're not in capes. They will beat you down and rip your head off and your guts out. They look the part.
Yeah, they have a head on their shoulders. They know the different. Like some of these characters, they have to learn it. Some of these characters, it's more intrinsic to their nature, but they know when Mr. Hand turns into Mr. Fist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and one of the things I like too with our universe, when we build an event, we're not going to be like Marvel and DC where it's always a summer event. No, we're going to take time to build this event up, so
Yeah.
you will remember it.
We're hoping if everything goes according to schedule and goes according to plan, and our production times increase as we get more capital to invest in this, we're hoping to have by Christmas of 23 our first major event for continuity. That's our ideal scene. That we've got enough books out. We're starting to get that price point down. Because that's another thing we're trying to do here is we're not greedy. We're trying to deliver a product within a reasonable profit margin for ourselves. A good, clean business. None of that pie graph of nobody makes money Kickstarter nonsense.
Exactly. Now, my question is, you guys
Mhm.
want to get books out into the different stores?
Yes.
Now, since you have a large book, are you going to split those chapters into like single issues, or you're going to do a trade paperbacks? How's that going to work?
I think we're still on the fence with trade paperbacks for right now. We have collected works, very possibly because there's a definite market for that. People do want that.
Mhm.
People also want second and third prints of the floppies.
Mhm.
So we're looking at these options, and we have our ideas to make them unique. So that way, your first print is indicated on the inside of the book under all the technical information, that little paragraph down there, right? That's got all the tech information that this is a first print, or this is a special edition first print. This is a second or third print and stuff like that. And so far, the consensus, I don't think we've nailed this into stone yet, but the consensus amongst senior management is that this is where additional variant covers come into play. So that even the people who got a first print, they was like, well, they bought all 3 of the first print variants for Gun Demon, right?
Yeah.
That now there's a second print that's got a 4th cover, and they're like, I must collect it. Well, we got you covered, brah.
All right.
You like covers? We got covers. We got covers with purpose.
Yeah, and one of the things too is I hope that we can eventually also bring out a making of, and just put all the stuff that's just like that didn't make it in there, like the cutting room floor type of thing.
My question: are there going to be ash cans in the future? You think?
Yes.
I am releasing the first of the Brain Cage ash cans. This is
There you
gonna
go.
be
I'm a
Brain
fan of
Cage
ash cans. Yeah.
This
I
is
love
a Brain Cage Unlimited title. This is Scalpel Zero Apex Predator. The story title is 0 to 12. And this takes place in the Panamanian Demilitarized Zone in the year 2064. Oh, yeah, baby. It's going to be good. I took Cyberpunk and dropped it in the jungle. I don't know of any author who's ever done that. Usually it's always based in some metropolitan area. It's like, what? Nature doesn't exist anymore? The world is... Yeah, we'd all be dead. That's bull.
Okay.
I'm calling bull.
Right.
So, yeah. We're dropping it off in Pedro Ang's backyard for some jungle shenanigans, some high-tech jungle shenanigans that I hope that people will enjoy. Yeah, like Greg says, all the guns. Gun Demon gets all the guns.
Got it.
And yeah, we're having fun with it. It's going to be our first ash can, technically.
Man.
I'm going to be releasing that here shortly. I'm going to knock it out real quick because if you like this rough, right? If you like this rough, this free ash can that I'm giving out, then you're going to love the finished product that's coming out for that. And we're going to start. It takes capital, though. We got to get, a certain number of pages done. We have to pick, okay, which section of pages do we want to use for an ash can? Do we want to take a chunk out of the middle? Do we want to, show the opening? Like, what are we have 4 to 8 pages to tell, to hook people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we have to be very careful. And that takes capital, which we don't have right now. That's
I get it.
That's why we rely on investors. We refer to our backers as investors,
Right.
because they're investing in us. They're investing in our line of products with every campaign that they back.
I think
from
the
all these
8-page
individual creators.
Yeah, I think the 8-page ash can is actually the magic number.
Yeah.
I
It is.
think it is too.
Yeah.
Like Peter Cimetti, he wants to see 3 to 5 pages, and that's pretty standard as well.
Right.
I'm glad to hear that because I kind of went by the Joe Sontag Reaper Destroyer
Mm-hmm.
Ashcan. I think he said 10 pages. So
Yeah.
I'm giving
That's
them.
chunky.
I like
But
it.
I didn't think that was. Now it's how you are counting pages. I mean, they're going to get 6 pages story, a couple pinups, and then the cover. I don't know if you consider that 10
Yeah.
pages or not.
Well, here's
Front
here's
and
one of
back,
the
or
here's one of the secrets to marketing your comic, and that is you have to hook them in 5 pages.
Mhm.
That's how much time you have before they mentally have given up on your book. In movies, it's the first 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
In television, it's the first 5 minutes, right? In comics, it's the first 5 pages. This is why Peter Cimetti says when you submit a comic to Alternative for publication, only send him 3 to 5 pages because you should have them hooked in 3 to 5 pages. 3 pages minimum because you need to show them an example of your story process. 5 pages because that's your time limit. If they turn that page to page 6 and you haven't got them already, chances are you've blown it.
you paid me, and I won't forget it. One of the best compliments, and with a little advice in there, you were saying that's great storytelling when I was talking about my splash page and then double page
Mhm.
splash, and you said that's good storytelling, and I won't
Oh,
forget that. That was,
dude, classic, man. Like I was like,
and that's
oh,
how
cool.
that's all I had for a long time. I had those 3 pages in my mind.
Wow.
That's enough
How
to
to
submit to
how to
Alternative.
start a good starting point.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
that's enough to submit to Peter Cimetti. Like I would say, yeah, no, submit that because that was you got me. I'm hooked. I want to turn the page.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go further into the book now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like that, it's not time travel, but in your storytelling, by after page 1, it says earlier that day, and you're going to revisit that splash page where he's dumped into the
Yeah.
water later on in the story, like
And is
16
that the end
pages
of the
in,
story?
actually.
Is that the turning point for the
It's
hero?
not the end of the story, no. Yeah,
Right?
I
And I
mean, but you
love
don't know.
that. And
Yeah.
when done properly, that is so beautifully done. I mean, I don't know what was it. Breaking Bad made a career off of it.
Yeah, I really
They were
didn't watch it
beautiful
yet,
at using that
but yeah.
storytelling device.
Yeah.
Even on the bad episodes that were kind of snoozers,
Right.
If you
that hook was
pace
still
it, you
good.
don't have to have you can cut different times within the story,
Mhm.
and it would have a feel of time travel without being time travel if you on your
Yeah.
pacing, but
As long as you communicate well your position in time, disjointed temporal storytelling can work. You got to be good at it though, and that was a good hook. I liked that. That was a nice, good thing, and I was like, "Oh, cool. We're gonna read up to the moment where that happens, where this
I,
guy looks like he's pretty much done for."
and you can hook people with dialogue as well. I tried to do that in Devil Flyer, was mention things that you're unaware of because you're a first time reader, but then you get to the other character. It's an anthology, so there's more than one story told, and the dialogue
Mhm.
links up the two in the same universe. And then you go, oh yeah, I think I read something about that in the first story. Um, they mentioned a director or the directive in that's who
And
he was
reading.
calling on the phone. It
Mhm.
makes sense. You didn't know, was it a movie director or was it but it's a
Yeah.
shadow organization in my
Yeah.
story.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Greg is very action oriented. He likes to hook people with action. And
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
I
good.
agree. You got to if your comic is a cerebral, deep thinker, then you need to hook them with dynamics,
yeah,
right? That there are consequences. You have to communicate that there's consequences early on. With an action comic, dude, you gotta have a good splash of action. Doesn't have to be a full page spread, but it's got to be a big shot that really gets people amped up. where they're just like, oh man, that's so just ooh.
Well, what I would say too is one of the biggest consequences we have in the Brain Cage universe. If a character dies, they dead.
Oh, they're
They
dead.
stayed
There
there.
you
That's another
go.
thing.
I
They
agree.
Take
ain't
that.
coming back.
Yeah. All mistakes are final.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's
So
not
you can't make a right mistake at
consequences,
all.
at the end of the
You can't
day,
make it
what
right.
does it matter?
Because Rise is reason why Marvel and DC Comics characters can't die is because they have to go on forever because you can't constantly create new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that you can. I've seen behind the scenes at Marvel and DC. I've seen the stuff that never got published, and the character designs that could have just they were maybe they were redesign of an existing character, but they could have stood on their own. They could have been a new character, especially a replacement character. But dead characters stay dead, and that's.
Yeah.
Unless you got like some cool resurrection like
Until
under
the
theme
zombie
going.
apocalypse.
Yeah, no, it was cute once. I honestly, when Marvel Zombies came out, I thought it was a parody book making fun of Marvel fans.
Yeah. And then
I didn't know what to
DC
think of it. They
and
did a
then
good job.
DC does the Dark Reign, which is just the takeoff on that. It's
Yeah,
incestuous.
DC
Yeah.
ripped it up. No, Marvel
And
Zombies was fun.
Deceased. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love the Marvel zombies. They're all
that
right.
was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that. It's that and Civil War, and EDS's run on Green Lantern. He
yeah.
actually got me to buy DC Comics after
Wow.
I had walked away for nearly a decade. And I was walking into my comic store, walking straight to the back of the store to go get my indie books. And I walk past and I see this Green Lantern cover, and it was like, and I was like, oh, dude, this artwork's great.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I just bought the whole stack that was there. I bought all the issues that were available, grabbed a couple of back issues because they hadn't been around long, so the markup hadn't gone up too much. And I went and blew like $50 on Green Lantern and got caught up on that stuff. And it was just like, oh, it's so good.
And look at him today, right?
Yeah.
Like a multi-millionaire. with
And EVS is a
Cyberpunk.
little irreverent, has that little streak in him, and it comes across in his art too.
It does. Yeah.
It's like when I write Inner Man, you were talking about the cerebral. He's more of the philosophical me, put into a character,
Right.
or
There you go.
cerebral. Yeah, I mean, he meditates. He's into martial arts, and so you have different characters with different functions within a universe like that.
Fantastic.
Well,
Unless you're just
what I
Cardboard.
was going to also say too is that one of the tenets I think that we built Brain Cage onto is that we want it to be fun for the reader.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
can tell that we're having fun creating it, it's going to bleed off to
Yes.
you guys. And we try to steer. We definitely steer clear politics because that's a big issue these days.
Right.
We don't try to shame anybody. We just, there it is. We're just telling a simple, fun story with the meat and potatoes action. And that's what people want these days. They want a good story.
Look at that beautiful Chris Oak art, man.
That reminds me of Richard Keel. Remember
Yeah,
him?
this is Hans Mueller, aka
Hans Mueller.
Prang.
The big old chin. Yeah.
And this is all made from authentic World War II parts.
It must be a
Uh,
Teutonic Knight.
Well, I do love the because he is the German soldier,
Yeah.
the power trooper with his power suit and dual MG42s, and
Something.
changed up assembly and stuff. And
Wow.
Prang
dude.
is going to be a very interesting character. The only thing I'll say is he's the poster child for PTSD. That's all I will say.
Okay.
he's a beautiful wreck.
That's
We
great.
love
work.
him. And Dima, of course, he's MacGyver with an explosive shield.
Now, who drew the character designs?
This is Chris Oak doing these
Okay.
two character designs. Absolutely fantastic. Look at
Great.
this. He even researched what a Soviet screwdriver from from World War II looked like, and
Oh my
tools
God.
and stuff. So everything here is functional.
Oh,
Like this
wow.
guy runs out onto the bat. He's part of like his primary shtick is that he's a battlefield salvage expert,
Yes.
and he can MacGyver like anything. He can rig it up for you. Very often, he's called upon to help repair the Frankentanks or attach new goodies, fix problems,
I love that
etc.
tank.
Hot mama, baby.
Hot mama.
And yeah, we're developing the crew for this. It's going to be an
Mhm.
international crew of badass tankers.
You got to
which
wonder if one of them's going to look like you, Tank.
I have a special interest in this because I served 5 years in the U.S. Army from 2000 to 2005 as an M1 Armor crewman.
Thanks
Yeah.
for your
And-
service.
Oh yeah, no sweat. Well, okay, that's a lie.
Apex is a Navy, man.
I'm a Navy guy.
Nice, outstanding, good job.
And what was kind of odd too is like I found out I was like when Tank told me he was in the the military, he drove tanks. I was like, that's what my grandfather did in World War II. He drove tank destroyers.
I fought tooth and nail
Wow.
to stay in that driver's hole. I did not want a gun on a tank.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Now-
I knew as soon as I got if I got promoted to a sergeant, it would be over. No more driving tanks for me. And man, driving that 70-ton beast was beautiful. But here we got this 35-ton hell wrecking machination of man's destiny. Hot
Oh, yeah.
mama with its mishmashed German turret on a Russian body with all sorts of tank tracks, like broken and useless tank tracks that are going to be fashioned into demon slicing razor barriers.
She's
Is that
got
what that is?
yeah,
Okay.
those are the idea came from is these tank tracks are just so chewed up and used up. They basically took a file to them and just sharpened them to edges. So when this
Yes.
baby goes and tears through demons, if it misses you, it's still going to take a chunk.
Our
Wow.
lead tank designer, Spyco, has really created some incredible stuff, and we're going to be revealing more. I mean, we got a land battleship mobile headquarters that's
Yes.
going to be the most awesome action playset ever. Take
Mhm.
that, USS Flag.
Now,
Oh,
who
yeah.
drew this? Who drew this tank?
This is 3D modeled and rendered by Spyco. He is our chief modeler on this.
That's great.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's an incredible. That guy, he's so smart. It scares me.
We
Ah.
spent hours on like we just went into Discord. Most of this, like Hot Mama, was done within one day
Yeah,
Oh my
With-
God.
with just
One day?
adjustments.
we
yeah.
have tons of different Franken tanks,
Mhm.
and what's
Wow.
cool is that you're going to be able to play with them with the Brain Cage Battlefields tabletop war game,
Oh,
and
man.
you'll be able to like kind of plug and mix and match like different pieces. We're
Mhm.
thinking design wise. So that
Wow.
way you can mix and match your figures to custom make your own like Franken-Tank army, complete with infantry and fire support. It's a comprehensive game. Greg oversaw, made sure that the rules that Dan and I came up with were comprehensive, easy to play, and
Mhm.
fun,
Mhm.
fast paced.
Wow.
So none of that convolution that you get with 40K, weird rules that you might get from War Machine or Mutant Chronicles. Though I love all of these games, I'm not saying they're not good games. They are good games. It's just that ours is better.
Yeah, you
Now, I want to let you know about the personality of one of my of Dima, the guy who goes and cobbles these
Oh.
things together.
Let me take
Dima is
that back.
Dima is really hilarious when you get to him. Dima, one of his phrases, if you notice, he's wearing a German Stahl helm, and he put a little was a Russian star. He always tells me, says, "It is Russian now."
It is Russian now.
anything he builds, even if it's from American and German parts or whatever, it is Russian now, no matter
He
what.
puts his little star on it. That's his little maker's mark. Because
Oh,
this
wow.
guy's our forge master for the Hellions.
Oh, and Dima, what's really hilarious about him, he's always that guy that says, "I'll make it work." He says, "I'll
Oh.
make it work. You're doing it wrong. I'll make it work."
We have Lord Sandwich out in the audience. Hail,
Hail, Lord
hail!
Sandwich.
He is our savior of flavor. He will protect us from the tofu titans
Oh,
and
thank goodness.
the savage soylons.
I can't stand
um,
tofu. Ugh.
Yeah, no, he is here to ensure that our meals are filled with meaty flavorness.
Oh, thank you, Lord Sandwich.
Yeah, he
Good
and
job.
Ben Phelps, Brain Cage creator Ben Phelps, They don't get along. They don't like each other. It's kind of like this whole Dave
Oh.
Brocky, Otis Zarungus thing they got going on.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal.
Yes.
It's like Fozzy and Chris Jericho, man. It's rough. It's rough.
Oh wow.
Many Bothans died to bring Tank that information.
That's right. Many Bothans. Mostly because I killed them for their ineptitude, but that's because I was feeling like a supervillain that day.
Wow.
Rough crowd.
But going back to World War Hell, one of the things that having Tank work with me on is that I really wanted to get across, and he said, "Oh, I'll help you get it across," is the claustrophobia of a tank.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic, and I honestly never knew this because I'd gone spelunking before,
Really?
and I never realized I was claustrophobic till I was locked in a tank driver's hole with the night vision periscope sitting like 8 inches in front of my face and the
Oh.
heater running. And because I'm in the driver's hole, it gets hot down there real fast while everybody in the turret is still freezing. It's like one of those terrible microwave ovens from the 1970s.
Wow.
I had a bit of a mini freak out. I was like, well, okay, calm down, stay calm, stay cool.
Right. Yeah, Lorenzo Slee Stack. Hey everyone.
Yay, Lorenzo.
It's a late at
Lorenzo.
night here and I can't stick around long, but I retweeted the stream and subbed to the channel. Thank you so much, Lorenzo.
Outstanding. And make sure you hit that bell to receive all notifications. That's
Please
the biggest
do.
algorithm boost that you can give to your favorite channel.
Thank you.
Now, what's really cool too is one of the things my grandfather talked about, and also if you looked at documentaries with World War II tanks, is that it was common for the driver to get kicked in the back of the head by the commander if he wasn't hearing him.
I plead the fifth.
And imagine an international crew now that, maybe some of them do know English, maybe some of them do know a little bit. Or they're all having these different languages, and now you're going to have like just people kicking and punching and pointing in all different directions.
Oh, and we're gonna have like I'm going to be technical advisor on for the tank stuff because we're gonna make sure, like the movie Fury, even though some of us don't like that movie, one thing that I do like is
I've
that
never seen it.
they actually gave real tank commands, and my favorite was driver track troops. And I just like I watched that in the theater. I stood up in the theaters and said, "Whoa, Roger that!" Like I cheered. I was like, "That's my jam. That's the fire command I waited my whole life to hear."
Oh, but he has helped out so much with the tanks. And one of the things that if you look at the tanks, one of the things that I've been trying to do too with them is that the and like how in World War II that they have escape hatches all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
These don't have many escape hatches. You do not want to get out, especially in the middle of a demon swarm.
Well, that and
Oh, no.
escape hatches are ways that things get in. You know why they abandoned the escape hatches after the M was it M60A1?
Yeah.
They abandoned after that. They abandoned the escape hatch with Starship Troopers M60A2 because that's a weak spot in the armor where a anti-tank landmine can blast a nice meaty hole in. Speaking of Lord Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these demons, they've got so many varieties of demons. You see, hell in our universe is like an ice cream shop. They will find a flavor to kill you, and that is one of the biggest things about this. If you have a tiny enough hole, there's probably a demon that will get in there and ruin your day.
God.
Almost like a mouse. If
Yeah.
it could
Yeah.
put its head in. Yeah.
Little demon mouse.
You're dead. And we've got them. They rip, tear, and want meat, and that's the primary function: destroy.
Collect biomatter, the
Wow.
most precious resource in the galaxy.
Now you didn't show the bugs, I don't think. You mentioned them, but I
Yes,
don't
have
think you showed
bugs?
the bugs.
Yeah.
I'm downloading them right now as
All
we
right.
speak because
cool.
He's on it.
y'all
Man,
caught
you're
me
on
with
it.
That was
pants
interesting what you said, Dan, though, about kicking in the back of the head, because if the driver is not listening to the commands, it's all their lives and risks that
Yes.
are in the tank.
down. Oh yeah, no, and you never want to piss off your driver either. Otherwise, you might find yourself kissing that 50 cal mount.
Mhm.
Just I may or may not have done that a couple of times in my military stint.
Yeah, and oh yeah, and the
Last
worst
year.
ones to be in World War Hell. This was the one that my grandfather was in. It's called an M10 tank destroyer, no top. It was an open
Wow.
top tank. You do not want to be
I
in
got. I
something
gotta
like
go.
that.
By the way.
Oh,
Oh, later, man.
Thanks
See
for
you,
coming,
Fizz.
Hey,
Fritz.
Fizz.
Bye bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Remember,
care.
sign up for Goofanoid.
Mhm. But yeah, just I really, really do love going back and looking at the history. And my grandfather, his tank in World War II, the tank destroyer was called Sunray Peach, and
wow.
he was in Italy, North Africa. Pulled him out of the because in the military, tank will say that they'll pull you out if they need you someplace else. And they pulled him out, and they basically put him into command staff after that. Oop.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well,
one.
you know,
Oh, what's that?
here's a fun coincidence.
That's that demon
One of the
monster?
tanks, one of the tanks that I served on was named Abaddon.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, while I was in Alpha Company when I
So, do you name were the tanks named by the crew like old bombers had names
yeah,
for their
and
planes?
the first letter is based off the letter of your company.
Okay.
So if you're in Alpha A Company, then they're Annihilator, Abacus. Dude, I'm not even joking. There was a tank called Abacus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. Like, so when I was at Bravo Company, we had like B stuff. Bohicus was one of the good. Bend over, here it comes. Bohicus.
I think I would put on the side of my tank, if you can read this, you're too close.
Well, we're very limited. Like on the tops of the tank commander's hatch, we could put a stencil of something. And so when I was in Alpha Company, our company was called Archangels. So I had like kind of like a side profile of Michael with his head bowed in reverence, but his hair blowing epically in the wind, like he's preparing for battle with his hands on the
cool.
hilt of his sword.
Yeah.
When I was in Bravo Company, we were bandits. So we had a skull with a calf hat, calf Stetson, and the guidon as the neckerchief.
Wow.
I'm
When I was
surprised you haven't shown us the skull piece yet that you did.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll get to that one. But right now we're looking at some beautiful. This is the drone. This is their grunt.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
This is, and I've people have gone, dude, this look, like I can get like heavy Doom vibes, and I'm like, thank you, because
yeah.
Doom demons are pretty awesome, but they're magic. This is some
this
good
is
science going on in here.
This is the drone, that faceplate right there. You're captured by a creature called the Snatcher. You're brought to another demon that's called an applicator. The applicator literally slaps a control mechanism on your face, and it is extremely, extremely painful process.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yes.
It's a nightmare. I'm looking for. I know I have Blitzkrieg around here somewhere. I'm so disorganized these
It's
days.
okay.
I'm so busy.
It's okay, Tank. You got the job.
Right, but we saw Blitzkrieg. You could see a cool picture of Blitzkrieg on the campaign page, and he's the linchpin to the Hellions. He's a slasher type.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he's pretty bad. Which one is this one, Dan?
That is the Snatcher Demon.
This is the one that kidnaps you.
The what the GIs like to name it, or the soldiers nicknamed it, as the pain chair. Yeah. Because that thing, it holds you in. You see those teeth up at the very top? If you're trying to struggle and try to get away from the trying to move your head away from, so the applicator demon can't do its thing.
It'll hold it in place.
Yeah, it holds it in place. That's what those damn teeth are for.
Yeah, because if I'm correct, this is its actual head down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this thing is this is why we say that Dan Fogarty is the Clive Barker of CG.
I see now. Wow. That's
extreme. This is some of the tamer stuff that comes out of his mind.
I need some of what he's been smoking.
Now, who did the artwork for this one?
Carlos Villas.
Oh, Carlos, that's a great job.
Yeah. he is he's going to be working with me. I hope eventually we'll be releasing a demonary, because I've got hundreds of ideas for demons that we have not put down yet, and he just loves working with me because he gets a lot of his best stuff out of it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of demons, please support. Sign up for Devil Flyer. Black and white
Yes.
ash can.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Now,
I like this one.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
What you're going to notice too is you're going to see some similarities between a lot of the demons too, because we wanted to make it like that they're pretty much from the same planet, and you know that you're going to just see so many like little things. Say, hey, that piece on there reminds me of that, the drone, or this piece reminds you of the stalker, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
They're very
these are genetically engineered
yes.
science fiction monstrosities from a civilization so advanced that we might as well be throwing spears at them if they decided they wanted to show up in force.
Right.
Drones are, to be honest, drones are the most horrifying. These things, they're almost kind of in a sense, you've got to destroy everything on them because they're going to still come after you. That's one of the concepts that didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan and I were putting together a scene, and we were putting in notes for the artist to put in the background that, demons that you saw previously shot in the book are, missing whatever part got blown off or a chunk out of them, and they're in the background of this swarm that's running in, so that way we got good continuity there.
I do see a lot of H.R. Geiger in this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's and we're all everybody. I think everybody on staff is big fans of Giger, man.
Yeah, Giger. Yeah.
One of the biggest things too is when they do get changed, it basically pushes the muscle mass out to make it tougher to get to the organs and all that inside. That's
now, does he have articulate fingers? It looks like he still has fingers, but
yeah,
kind of, sorta, but just
Kinda,
they're
sorta.
good enough just to rip the flesh from your bones, or the hatch off your vehicle.
Yeah, that's
I like that. It looks like the skin has been stripped off, and you see the light areas might be ligaments and the other muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nightmare of genetic mutation, and the process is quick and painful.
Mm-hmm.
And the whether or not the person underneath still survives and is trapped, or not,
they're
we
let
don't.
go
We're not
to-
going to spoil that. That's up
No.
to you, the reader, to imagine.
And then they're let go after they're transformed to fight for them, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
This was once a human. I mean, look, there's still a vestige left, an ear.
Mm-hmm.
It's
part of the most horrifying thing is when you're in Hell's assembly line, and you have hundreds of thousands of the the Snatcher Demons ahead of you, and you just hear the screams coming backwards, and you're getting closer
It's
to being
almost
turned.
like a army ants. Or something. Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
A swarm.
Yeah, basically and what's really freaky is you're sitting there, and if the thing's not holding your head in and you're able to look to your left and your right, you'll see these things like start going backwards. You'll see the drones going backwards while you're going forward, going to the front.
Wow.
Yeah. And just a constant non-stop. Yeah, they'll never run out of troops. We're their troops.
Yeah, no, they'll replenish our numbers and harvest us to increase their armies.
Yeah.
A lot of science fiction goes out there and says, "Oh, water or gold, these are the most valuable things in the universe," and it's like, no, they're not. I'm telling you from a scientific background. I may be an armchair scientist, but I'm going to tell you that if there is a most valuable resource in the galaxy, it's biological material.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're like your main combat strategy is genetically mutated hordes of unstoppable horrors, you're going to need all those delicious biological hydrocarbons you can get your hands on, protein
and they're
structures.
tough, but I guess they're also looked as somewhat an expendable army.
Absolutely, because you just take the biomatter from a slain soldier, scoop that up off the battlefield and go toss it back into the vat to go make more.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, the most disposable yet recyclable, the recyclable army. Let's put it that way.
I mean, hey, the devils from planet Hell, they may be vile, disgusting creatures, but at least they're environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah. But if you want to see the full process of the conversion, you have to when World War Hell 1 comes out, you got to read the full book.
Yep.
And you're
It's
gonna see
horrifying.
how painful it is. It's very horrifying.
We are not responsible for your therapy bills.
Yes.
Yeah, Dan
It's not-
is equal nightmare employer. He wants to give all his nightmares to everyone.
Well, I work in emergency services, emergency medical services. I basically do the logistics for them. And a lot of times I get feedback from the guys, and they'll say, well, this one wouldn't be realistic. That would be more interesting if we did this. And I'll shoot them ideas, and a lot of times they'll tell me stories because they can't really talk to their family about this type of stuff, and they'll tell me stories, and I'll just use that for descriptions. For I'll say, okay, let's say that this was a car wreck victim. Now, how can I get a demon to make it similar to that? And that's where a lot of these designs come in. Half of these wouldn't have been around if I didn't work in EMS.
Wow, that's smart. You're using
Valuable.
your life experiences and what you've experienced in life.
Oh, and Blitzkrieg, man. Blitzkrieg is you're gonna love Blitzkrieg.
Okay.
Blitzkrieg is a type of put up or shut up character. And he just, he gets thrust into World War Hell. He's kind of one of those. He's a grizzled World War I vet, and he's a tough dude. And he's the Ripper. He's the one that if you want to, he kind of like an outlaw Josie Wales type of character arc. That he doesn't say much, but when he does say, you listen. That type of mentality. Lead by example.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, we really, really have spent so much time and love and care into this. Greg really, 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 really helped me out with this. He loved the original idea, but when I told him the original story, he was like, oh, no. And then thank God Greg guided me, because I was just like, what was it, going into a dark tunnel with a light bulb that was going out or a flashlight that was going out. And Tank came on too, and oh man, they really, really helped guide. And because this is first book ever, and I never was going to do this, to tell you the truth. And Greg, just because I originally was going to give the idea to Greg, and Greg kept pushing me. He's like, "Oh, come on, you got to do this. This is something you got to do." And I said, "No, I'll just be in the background." And then finally, he just got into enough of me. He gave me a nice little shove, and I was like, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. We're gonna do it." Sent off for the first demon.
You also see my hero, the Unstoppable Dreadnought, as well as some World War II public domain propaganda heroes such as Captain Battle. I've heard of Captain Battle, yeah.
It's the OG Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't he have an eye patch?
He did. He's straight up Nick Fury, dude.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's a ripoff of Captain Battle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see some. You're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff, man. You're gonna see a lot of fun, and I think you're gonna the fun. I basically wanted this to be like an '80s horror movie in your hand. That fun.
Now, who is this?
This is Celerity the Huntress. She is, for lack of a better term, our speedster, even though the science behind how she does and what she does so quickly. She is an ancient, probably one of the oldest living characters. That will have a standout title on her own. She is the Huntress. She's the origin of the succubus myth. She is death. And just for you viewers of Apex After Dark, she used to be Hera's hand. Oh, yes, that's right. This is her ancient armor when she used to do the bad things. And now she's a hero. This is with her battle helmet on. And this is basically like she's going out to go do a boss fight. Is how she dresses. She has a much more contemporary, modern suit, which we will reveal later.
Mhm.
Oh, great.
But it is sleek, and of course, here's an
Oh.
unlimited title, Shadow Saint.
Shadow Saint. Now,
Yes, from
I
the
could get
same
behind
creator,
that.
Ben Phelps. Sorry,
I
go
like
ahead.
that. I like that.
It's Stefan and Renee art, and
Oh.
just absolutely fantastic. And anybody who wondered what his art looks like colored, here you go.
That's great.
I think that's Paul Billick on colors, if I remember correctly.
Looks
Look at
wonderful.
those leg muscles.
Oh, I
No,
know.
beautifully done.
It's
like-
defined. Yeah.
Yeah, this is believable. And of course, we have the myth, the legend himself, Blitzkrieg,
That's
right
Blitzkrieg.
here.
Okay.
He's a World War One vet who he got captured, and they put the applicator demon on him and turned him into a drone. But his humanity, he retained his humanity through force of will,
Mhm.
and so he fights for the forces of humanity as
Wow.
this grotesque creature. And it's absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
I is what you call a pissed off vet with superpowers now.
He is the keystone to the Hellions. That's why it's Blitzkrieg and the Hellions.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
Paul Billick on colors. Okay, cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, he just tough dude, and World War One was an extremely brutal war, especially that one of the very few wars that they brought back maces in, trench maces. They were
Yeah.
literally making medieval maces for basically a trench warfare and just medieval weaponry. Even the knuckle dusters. That's where the knuckle dusters came into
And-
fame.
On top of like all this incredible dynamic action and ultra violence and stuff, we got some real character development going on here. Like Blitzkrieg, there's a reason why he's kind of the leader of the Hellions. And it's that, like one of the things that he does is he helps Hans come to terms with the horrid reality that comes on that makes him Dan's little icon there. That's Prang right there. He helps Prang become a better soldier. He helps they all help each other.
Mhm.
They're heroes. Some of them may be star-crossed. They may be fated for horrible ends. And we're not going to tell you who for what or
Mhm.
for when or how. You're going to have to read the book to find out. Or you know what? You could buy the tabletop game later this year and make it your own story.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Makes me want to
Blitzkrieg.
scoop up every one of these books.
Yeah, Greg said it right. Blitzkrieg was built to slay these demons. He,
Yeah.
this dude had the mentality to do it, and he fought it. He fought the mind control, the pain, all of it, and became what he is.
Now, will
'Cause-
we see that inner struggle? I mean, how does
Yes.
Yes.
how do
Beautiful
you-
storytelling.
Can he
Yes.
speak? Is it thought
Yes.
balloons? What's going on?
Oh, we'll
We don't
figure it
have
out
thought
when we read it.
balloons. There
We
might be sometimes there might be a narrator to the story,
Okay.
but no thought balloons. We want
Yeah.
to show what's going on in their head by way of their actions through good illustration,
Mhm.
good scene composition, panel layouts, and the like. Um, like these guys can attest. Like I went and I did 7 pages of breakdowns for a comic, and I failed to save it. And everyone was like, "Oh no," because it took hours.
Mhm.
Oh,
Because
man.
okay, tweak this slightly, move this over here. All right, let's grab my red marker out and go check the eye flow and make sure this is good. And all of our editorial staff does this. And Greg and I are super picky.
Yes.
We are super picky, but we have different primary tastes, so that gives like it gives the reader options,
Mhm.
and gives our creators options for developing all this stuff. Yeah. Dreadnought and Blitzkrieg fighting side by side is going to be absolutely epic. They are like they're the brute squad.
They're
The two of
literally
them, they're the whole squad.
they're literally like the proverbial hammer and sickle. One's the hammer, the other one's the sickle. Will slice you up.
Without all that nasty communism.
Yes.
Foul up the imagery.
Right.
Yeah, they are just, I would say, a pocket atomic bomb. when you get those two together. I mean, you don't want those two to get on you. Yeah, this was some of the things that Carlos was. Oh my lord, we just went back and forth, and some of the things, like one of the things with some of these demons is Carlos wanted to add a lot more stuff to them, and I'm like, no. You got to also look at the simplicity of horror too. You got to take away. Sometimes the simplest thing is the most scary.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Dreadnought artwork.
That'd be great.
I think that's in work in progress. I'm going through our Discord right now, grabbing
I like the
pictures.
barbs on the arms like a praying mantis has.
Oh yeah. Basically, we took the idea was insect, sea creature, like any of the most lethal, and this has two modes on it. It has a attack mode and pursuit mode. When it gets on all fours, that's a pursuit mode. It can catch up to a Jeep at full speed.
Wow.
Yeah, this one is a force to be reckoned with, and you're gonna love adding them to your demon army, because you're gonna be able to run up on those pesky little humans and engage them in melee.
Wow. There you go.
If you see these guys, you thought the drones were bad. They were just the bullet sponge.
Yeah, they were extra hit points for this guy. And other things. Here's Mighty Mechalor. Here's another one of his suits. You can see the cockpit is open here. Wow. Look at the beautiful functionality of this design. I mean, it's
incredible.
This is legit functional. I'll grab my little magic wand here so I can point at stuff. Like you can see the pivot points beautifully. Isan Fazeli is this guy is a man after my own heart, and I'm going to be having him design some of the stuff for me as well. And of course, we have here the Earth's most mighty human, a clone of John Henry himself.
It must be a little Dale Keown.
Yes, and we're totally going for that vibe because we love Dale. As Greg says out there in the chat, that he is our Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
he is Earth's mightiest human. He's kind of like, if Krillin and Hulk met each other, and that's why he's just normal giant size instead of like ridiculous Hulk size. That was a joke out there for all you DBZ fans.
John Henry from Legend from like the 1850s.
Yes, from the American folktale. Yes. In
Very
the continuity
interesting
universe,
story.
He is a historical figure, and even mightier than the stories could even give him credit for.
And they're going to need him.
Taken a couple of breaks, he still could have won and not died of a heart attack.
Now, what kind of time period, if you can say, does he fight in?
I believe he comes in like
1943 World War Hell.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and Shadowhawk backs like Maul and Pit mix. Yeah, no, that's great referencing right there.
So really, World War One. It runs from, a continual war, no break in between the war, like in our time period. Am I correct on that? It's just like starts in World War One or maybe prior to that and goes all the way to World War Two.
Well,
it starts in 1943 when demon portals open up around the world. Okay. A little teaser for the London Falling scenario that we give for the box set.
Oh Lord!
The portal opens up in the middle of Parliament while it's in session.
Oh my!
Wow!
The government of the UK is decapitated instantly, and I'm not going to tell you where the rest of the portals open up. That's one of the fun things that you're going to enjoy in the book, like for real. It's great.
What I will tell you, though, is to describe London Falling, it's basically the Western Stalingrad.
Shush. No more. No more. They're spoiled enough.
All right.
Greg, you and Dan with the spoilers, man.
Yeah.
Apex, I got to congratulate you on your film bat. I can't wait to see the trailer. He told me that it was finished.
Well, it's not really finished yet. It's got a couple of
Okay.
things it needs to do. It looks really good. So
Do you have any
that's
goodies you can show me? I want to see this.
Well,
Well, I don't
yeah,
have
I
it.
want some goodies.
And
Yeah, well,
congratulations for scoring that Bloodstone #1 too.
oh, thank
Ooh.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I've got some
Yeah.
promo art I can actually show you.
You know, he did my
Well,
trailer for me, so I was talking to him, and he said it was finished. So
some of my promo art for
Wow.
the trailer.
Oh, looking
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah,
like the dynamic angle changes. It's very
Yeah.
brave.
thank you. Yeah.
the color, yeah.
Green
Color
Laser out there
choices.
says, "Send in the clones. There should be clones."
It's true. There should be clones. There you go.
Yeah, see what Greg says there.
We
Oh.
bullshit.
There's the black and white of the promo page. This ad's going to be in the Blood Realm issue number 10, Alternate Comics.
Oh, that's
The first-
fantastic.
The first printed,
great.
first Fembat in print, actually.
God, I
For
wish we
that.
had Wizard still around.
I know. We need Wizard.
No, F Wizard, man. That's Diamond. I'm sorry.
You know,
that
we
was
do
out loud.
have one called, was it Rocket for Comicsgate?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
heard about that.
Yeah.
I'd love to get stuff in there one day.
Yeah, I haven't checked their campaign
Thanks, Greg.
recently, but they need some love, and
do.
we need to get Tank
They do.
and Greg and Dan over $3,000. They had like 54 backers now, but we need double that.
Yeah, we do.
Come on, folks, buy this book. You
Yeah,
won't
hopefully
regret
on the replay, there'll be some more people.
it. That's right.
Oh
getting a
yeah, as
catch
we
out of
get
it.
out there, every little bit really helps, and we're super appreciative
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
community effort here, the networking effort, the movement's effort. Because I say Comicsgate is a trinity of concepts:
Yeah.
the ideal, the network, and the community.
Yeah. I still
Agreed.
haven't had like my G4 meltdown where I says, "I'm sorry, I'm not as bangable as Ethan Van Sciver."
Oh,
I think you should have that meltdown. We should get our writers on that and script it out and start rehearsing.
personally, I thought G4 died when Olivia Munn left the
Yeah.
network.
That's what I thought it died. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is still a thing, and it's like, oh no, we
Right.
brought it back. Dude,
Oh, where
the
did it go?
internet exists, YouTube exists. You're obsolete.
Yeah, I agree.
You're
Well-
a buggy whip. It's 1940. What the hell are you doing?
No kidding. Right.
Yeah, we need to go and make a brain cage G4 called B4 TV.
There you go. Before TV. I like that. That works.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, fanbag.
Yeah. There you go.
And it looked like from that page she gets bit by a vampire. Is that right?
She does. She's a 60s go-go dancer who gets bit by a vampire.
I love it.
Oh
And,
yeah, I love
yeah.
that, dude.
And so through the past 50 years, she's trying to find the person who bit her. No luck until she meets up with Nigel Emery, who helps her develop the Fembat armor to battle vampires and monsters. So
Man,
it's very intriguing.
I love the art on it. It reminds me of the old like Werewolf by Night, original Werewolf by Night style.
I used to collect Werewolf by Night. So yeah.
I just love that with Comicsgate, dude. You're getting like almost literally every area you want. Take your pick.
So I
Yeah.
have to ask Tank, do you have a number 32? First appearance of Moon Knight?
Oh,
no.
I wish I did. I don't have that one. Oh man.
I don't have much comics anymore
I don't
these
know.
days.
I've been
most
collecting
of my-
back some
Yeah.
of the Werewolf by Nights, but it's hard to find, man. Some of them are so expensive.
All my
remember-
comic book money goes into investing in all these fine endeavors.
Tell
Yeah.
me about it.
Yeah.
I'm invested in the future. As much as I would love to collect the past, I'm investing in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all. Bulletproof titties. That's what Fembat has.
Yeah. Tank usually says, "Okay, Dan, we need more money. Start stripping."
Stop crying. There's no crying and stripping.
I just sold one of the signed John Buscema Savage Sword Conan preliminary pages.
Wow.
But now I'm having every one of those scanned, and hopefully in the future I can crowdfund a book featuring all that John Buscema artwork. A
Oh,
book
yeah.
on John
Oh
Buscema.
yeah.
That'd be marvelous.
So
I'd buy that one.
yeah, I think a lot of people would. So
Oh, there's a
of course you
rocket.
got to get permission
magazine.
from his estate, and I have some of his DC artwork as well as his Marvel artwork, so I have to get them to sign off on it too.
Oh yeah.
But
So,
I think that'd be
guys,
a good campaign.
absolutely. Guys, back down Gun Demon #1 on Indiegogo. I'd like to thank Tank Ferret and, of course, the Dan. Thanks for
Mhm.
coming on. And, of course, Devil Flyer. Thanks for you guys showing up. And if you would, please like and subscribe to their YouTube channels. Now, Dan, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, we actually do. We have the Brain Cage channel.
Oh.
Break
Okay,
Cage
Break Cage.
Multimedia. So youtube.com/c/Brain Cage Multimedia to come check out our channel.
Yeah, if
Hey,
one of the mods can go and bring it up there real quick.
Hey, Courtney, you're
Great.
gonna have to hit replay and watch it. Came in.
That's right. That's right. There's always replay. Thank goodness for YouTube for that.
And thank you so very much for giving us this opportunity to showcase our business plan and really lay out, what we got going on here. I'm very appreciative.
I'm very impressed, guys. This is.
I'm glad you got to
so
show us
neat.
the skulls.
Oh
Those
yes,
are
this is
cool.
the check
I like
that I
that.
cashed for 187 skulls.
There you go.
Promo
I love
art
that.
for the
I've not seen
upcoming
it colorized. You haven't colorized now.
beautiful colors by Armand Strange. He is going to be the official colorist for Scalpel Zero, the Apex Predator. And this is promotional art for the upcoming Scalpel Zero. Simon Says NES video game. That's right. We're good. Later this year, we're going to launch a campaign, cartridge included. Or if you just want to buy a ROM and slap it into your favorite emulator on your favorite device, go right ahead. We'll have that option available as well. And with an exclusive, but if you back the physical version, you get an exclusive mini comic illustrated by Vic King.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
right.
Mhm.
Damn. Oh, that's
Not
cool,
playing
man.
around, are they?
No,
Yeah.
not effing around. Just like Ethan
Right.
said, these guys aren't effing around.
Hey,
Yeah.
Courtney, thanks for coming on. Yeah,
Wait.
it's just
There's skulls in the background. I didn't notice that.
It's those
thought
meaty
that
thighs. They're right
was
behind the meaty thighs.
cobblestone. Yeah,
wow.
it reminds me of that opening scene where the tanks and things are running over the human skulls and crushing them as they go by.
Isn't it? Wow.
Well, she is the Pale Rider, Death herself. So
So that'd be great. Well, guys, again, thanks for coming on. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to the Brain Cage channel, subscribe to Devil Flyer, and hey, my channel too. So thanks a lot for all the people in the chat that are still here. Thanks, Felix. Thank you.
Maybe
Courtney.
we'll get to see
Green Laser.
show both of our trailers next week. huh?
Shadowhawk.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greg, thanks for coming on. This is great.
Pedro does a good job.
Oh, absolutely. So I must say, everyone catch the replay. There are lots of good detail these guys have explained for tonight's show. And so thanks for coming on. And there'll be more Apex After Dark in the following weeks. So we'll have some more creators coming on here and promote their stuff. So Brain Cage, we'll add that to our list of comics to actually collect. This would be great. So thanks one and all. And as always, we'll be back. But ciao for now. Thank you, everyone. Peace.
See you guys.
Charlie Mike.